There is a dimension beyond which is known to humankind, a dimension of sound and sight of mind, a dimension intended only for mature audiences, and exists solely as a form of entertainment, without intentions of education or societal enrichment. It's a podcast. It's what you're listening to right now. It's a podcast. It's a podcast we call Lore Folk. Hello and welcome back to Lore Folk, a podcast where we riff on all things paranormal. I'm your host, Aidan Lore, and that's my co-host, Maddie Folk.
That's me, Maddie Folk. I changed my name again. Just trying to find the right brand for me.
We're super committed to this goddamn podcast that we have decided to become one with it. And representing it through our last names, our legal last names. Look at these documents.
Did you get documents? I gave my real last name to like an elf in the forest and exchanged it for this one. Did you do this through the government?
Wait, Maddie. No. What have you done?
I don't know. I thought you just said
You
change your last
fool.
name, so I figured that was easier than paperwork.
Maddie, I understand your aversion to bureaucracy, but you can't be doing that. That man's a scammer.
Oh shit. Do you think I get my last name back? Or is it gone
No.
to the wind?
What I do know is that he's put that in his big registry of names.
Interesting.
Because now you can't Rumpelstiltskin anybody. Your name is on record.
Oh fuck.
Okay? In the magical realm.
Shit.
Which means no Rumpelstiltskinning for you.
That's good though, right? You don't want to mess with Rumpelstiltskin.
No, I mean, you can't pull the same con that Rumpelstiltskin pulled. What if you need to steal a child?
I'll just do it.
What if you need to blackmail a lady for her baby? What are you gonna do with that baby? Who knows?
I'll just have to come to you for my cons, since you did it the
I don't
right
want
way.
You can't con vicariously through me, Maddie.
Watch
That's
me.
ridiculous.
You think I haven't already done it? Boy, you don't even know the cons you've pulled off for me. This podcast is one of them, by the way.
Free will is an illusion. Oh, God. Okay, well.
In order to
Then I guess
continue
we
my
have to do
con,
this
yeah, we have to do the episode now.
We have to do the podcast. I'm committed
It's
to it
a part
now.
of my whole devious scheme.
Oh, God. All right. Well, then, give us something spooky to talk about.
Oh, whoa, boy, bold of you to think I got them tabs pulled up. I'm looking at my WAV file like a little kid at a fucking carnival. I've just been watching it. I never fucking look at it, but mesmerized by the way those
Like
lines
a
pop
deer in the
up when I say
headlights.
stuff. Look at this. Ah! Wow. Just made a little fun bump on the thing. Okay. Aiden, I got a cryptid for us.
Ooh.
Now, if only I could... thought saying that would buy me some time to click on it.
Nope.
And yet, here we are, still suffering. Nope, that's the wrong... God, I got
I'll vamp
so
for the
many
audience for a
fucking
little bit.
tabs.
Hey guys, are you fans of the highly relevant show iCarly? I know I am. Remember when Gibby dismantled the American industrial complexes of America? I sure do.
Aiden... sorry, sidebar. Aiden, if you were on iCarly as a guest, what would you do? What would they say before they pulled you out from backstage? They'd be like, here's our friend Aiden. He's really good at...
Well, iCarly was a strangely mean-spirited show.
Yeah.
In a lot of times, especially in its depiction of homeless people and things like that.
I've been noticing
it's a really
that. It's
weird.
a little icky.
It's a lot. It's weird. It's insane that they were super into that, and a bunch of other stuff. It's super gross. We're not going to get into it. So I imagine they'd find some way to be derogatory to me and needlessly cruel to their audience of wretched, petulant children. I will be met only with derision and consternation.
I say, we found this guy on the street, and he's a sad little man. We're going to throw stuff at him. And they'd throw some fucking fruit, some obscure fruit, and they'd be like, isn't it so funny that this is a kumquat? I'm iCarly. Anyway, Nickelodeon hired me. My favorite part about iCarly as an experience that I've endured is that I love iCarly. There's a bunch of gross shit in it, and I don't condone that, and it's bad and written. But my favorite part about iCarly is that my mom always called Miranda Cosgrove iCarly. Like if we saw a picture of her in a magazine or in an ad, she wouldn't say, "Look, there's Carly," or "There's Miranda Cosgrove." She'd say, "Oh, that's iCarly." There she is. It's iCarly.
The fucking mental image of Carly, like, throwing blunt objects at a grown adult and having them, like, writhe on the ground in pain and being like, I'm iCarly. I'm iCarly!
They're on the street. Freddy's got a street cam. They're running around. They grab you. And she says, look at this guy. Hey, do you know what a kumquat is? And you're like, what? I'm walking home from the grocery store. And she's like, yeah, right. And then she starts fucking throwing kumquats at you. And then you're on the ground and they zoom in on you and you're crying. And then she turns back to the camera with her crazy Miranda Cosgrove eyes and she says, that's all. I'm iCarly.
And she just gets louder and louder, and she doesn't stop. True horror. What's this fucking cryptid you were gonna talk about?
Anyway. The oil pit squid. Look at that.
Oh!
What the fuck is that?
Excuse me?
The oil pit squid, as its name suggests, is a weird sighting of tiny squid-like creatures in oil. So there's actually a bunch of them. It's like one thing, and they found a bunch. In 1996... long before the creation of iCarly, workers were cleaning a sludge pit in Anderson, Indiana, and found strange, grayish-red squids of 6 to 8 inches in length swimming around in toxic liquid amongst antifreeze and automobile parts. Whoa, car squids. Is this Mario Kart? Anyway, one was caught.
I was just about to say this sounds like a blooper.
Yes.
In Sunshine, they're in the ink.
A little bit. Wait, let me finish. One was caught and put in a jar that was stored in a factory, but disappeared before further research was done. No more specimens were ever found after the pit was cleaned and inspected. This is just Splatoon. I've just discovered. Somebody
like
duped me. This is just a Splatoon squid.
This sounds like Mr. Nintendo pulling his usual japes and jests on humanity.
Guess what, guys? It's E3. It's E3 weekend continued. Psych! Whoa! This is a promo for Splatoon 3. A game that's not coming out for like 2 years. Go buy it. Aidan, what do you think these funky little guys do in your car, though?
Okay.
Like, Nintendo out of the room. What's happening with these funky little fellows?
They make the wheels go round.
Yeah.
They're like funny little elves. They make the car do the car things.
They're only in there when the car's on, and you're not supposed to be able to see them, but somehow these mechanics got their peepers on these squids.
Every mechanic in America, and dare I say the world, is holding on to the secret. They're well aware of this.
Car squids.
Because they know mechanics, listen up, mechanics aren't real.
Now, hold on.
Okay. They're oil squid tamers.
Oh, okay.
They get those puppies back in line when they're misbehaving. They retrain them to make the car go good again.
So, mechanics have...
That's all that's happening.
Mechanics have a shorthand amongst mechanics that explains what the squid issue is. So they'll say, oh, you gotta rotate your tires, or oh, you gotta change your oil. Right? That's what they tell us, the layman, so that I'll go to a mechanic and say, they told me I had to change my oil. And he knows that that's a code from the other mechanic I talked to that says, feed the squids or whatever, right? They've got it all down to a science, like a chef at a fun restaurant. They say all that shit about your pancakes or whatever. You know?
No, Maddie, what
like in
fucking
TV
restaurants
movies,
are you
like
going
in TV
to?
And movies when somebody orders something and then the waitress says like, hey, I'll get a...
The world isn't SpongeBob. Do people do that?
I don't know.
We got one sloppy Joseph over on the Grim Splittle.
Anyway, mechanics are a secret union and they've been trained to deal with oil pit squids that are just little guys in your car. And they make the wheels go around, don't they? These are a secret that we're all keeping from Elon Musk and his cars. So don't, nobody tell him.
Nobody say a goddamn... Well, first of all, nobody should ever speak to Elon Musk because he's a burden on all of humanity.
Yeah, he sucks shit and I hate him.
Second of all, I don't want him to know about my funny little oil squid friends.
Yeah.
Are we shilling for big oil right now?
No,
what are we doing?
I'm it's for little oil pit squids.
Little oil for the little oil
This
squids.
has nothing to do with gas and oil. This is about your car.
Wait a minute, Maddie. Do you think that maybe we've been fed propaganda about the oil squids, and this is the way that evil oil barons are maintaining their power?
Oh, fuck.
Do you think these 1930s Rockefeller types are like sitting in their fat cat suits,
Oh, shit.
in their big chairs and their big Texas hats, like, yeah, we got them again, boys. Fooled them with the oil squid story. Works every time.
You know what? I think you might be right, Aidan. This is all the scheme of some oil baron somewhere, and he's laughing. He's broadcasting this live, even though we haven't posted it yet. And he's listening, and he's laughing, and he's like, we got him. And now we're poisoning the minds of children, Aidan.
Oh no, we're part of the problem.
Aidan, please, tell us something else. Give me something that's real. God.
Oh God, we gotta talk about something real, so let's talk about an encounter story.
Oh.
That's right.
We haven't had one of these in a
Normally,
minute.
you thought I was gonna go with a question? Absolutely not.
We haven't encountered one of these recently.
Did you hear that rim shot I added in post, Maddie?
Yeah, I did. I heard it in my mind.
Did you hear it?
Anytime I make a joke, I give myself a
It was
little rim
sarcastic.
shot. Oh. Well, mine was genuine.
Yeah, I know it was genuine to you.
This is real to me, okay? Aidan, give us your fucking thing. I can't. I'm in a mood today.
This is from Reddit user Surreal35. Very fun little name you have there. And they write, I can't believe it. I had no idea there was a Reddit dedicated to this. I'm on, I think I'm on r/humanoid encounters.
Ooh.
And that's what they're referring to. Last year I saw 3 humanoid silhouettes galloping on all fours. They were entirely hairless, skinny, and looked about 5'10", although that's just a guess, since they were galloping on a hill. I've been trying to find a depiction that matched my experience, but I've had no such luck. They were not too far from me and my friends. I don't think the creatures even saw us. I felt like I was in danger, so I got out of there as soon as I could. Sorry, I'm fuzzy on face details. Let me know if you've seen anything similar or have a sketch that resembles it.
Link me to your DeviantArt if you've seen one of these clowns.
Now, to me, that just sounds like unrestrained Midwestern fun.
Is that what y'all do?
Sounds like the boys are engaged in a traditional post-cornhole gallop.
Yeah.
I get you coastal dwellers might not understand the great big liminal space that is the Midwest, but I do expect you to at least be respectful of it. You could have taken part, but no, you ran to make a rude post online. Typical. You're definitely not going to be invited after this little stunt, and I'm damn sure you won't be welcome to sup of the Chicago bean's juices when it hatches. You blew it. Alright, here we are. We're in the ad break. It's the part of the show where we do ads, but nobody pays us to do this, so we make up our own. But before we do that, Maddie, tell the people how they can support us.
You can support us in many ways, but the best way is to support us on Patreon. For a certain amount of money, we shell out lots of fun things every month, like extra episodes early. You get everything right when it's done. You get Aidan's animation process. You get music, and you get a community. If y'all on Patreon want to fucking talk to each other, right there, comment on something. I don't know. It's free. No, it's not free. It's Patreon. Anyway, And you can also support us by following us on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram, and tell your friends about the show. That's a completely free Patreon. Who's got money for that? Well, tell your friends about the show. That one's free. You could do that anytime. Aidan, give us an ad.
Hey, it's me, Chef Shuffington, here to tell you about my mini shuffleboarding rink. Now, you may have inferred by my deep, big voice that I'm a big guy. And what am I doing with a mini shuffleboarding rink? What would even a regular guy need with a mini shuffleboarding rink? That sounds ridiculous. It's not like mini golf. You can't do that. Well, guess what I did? Because people told me I was too big for regular shuffleboarding, and I proved them wrong. But then I was driven by hate, and I made an even smaller shuffleboarding rink, which you should come down and see. It's very tiny. They're like the size of grapes. It's hysterical. It's like a shuffleboarding thing for mice. You're all terrible at it, but I'm great at it. Fuck you. Pay money. Give me money. Give me your money.
Hey, Lorefolk listeners, it's your second favorite podcast host, Maddie, here to give you a special message. I've been graciously sponsored by Coca-Cola today, and I want to encourage all our listeners to buy themselves a refreshing Coke. It's one of the best drinks you can get, and totally not disgusting. If you like drinks that are mediocre, you'll love Coke. Buy a Coke today to share with an enemy, because, let's be real, it kind of sucks. We're just going to come out and say it, actually. If you want a drink that doesn't taste good, go out and get yourself a refreshing Coke right now. Buy a Coke, a drink for idiots and fools. Sponsored by Coke for real, no goofs. This message was approved by Mr. Coke himself. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to lure those folks. Now, Aidan, legally, as an online promoter, I am obligated to disclose that this ad was actually sponsored by Pepsi, and that the Pepsi Cola Corporation did, in fact, give me
I had a feeling.
$800 to say that. They also sent me a note that said just to put this legal part here, like really low in the track, so it's like a little secret just for all of us. So you can make a judgment call on that one.
I would like to say that when you said second favorite co-host of Lorefolk, the people at home might have thought that implied that I was the best, when it actually was in reference to our third host, Zoltar the Unspeaking, who resides in every single episode, but people who are new to the show might not be aware.
Oh, true.
What are your thoughts on that, Zoltar? No, he's not saying anything. He just gave like a smug little nod.
So cheeky, that one.
Piece of shit. Cheeky bastard. Fucking hate you. I hate being the third favorite. I built this podcast with my bare hands, and this is how I'm rewarded.
This is the thanks I get from the listening audience. Aidan, I have a question here from Yahoo. This is kind of technical, so put your thinking caps on. Question about vampires? If someone is a vampire, how do they pass what blood they can't digest out of their systems? I mean, if they didn't, they would feed once and then be set for eternity, wouldn't they?
Wait, what?
Well, the idea is that, us humans, when we eat things, we digest it and we use it for all its good goo, and then we get rid of it. But vampires don't do that. Edward Cullen doesn't need to poop or pee. So how's he getting rid of all that excess blood? Where's it go? What's he doing with it? Or how does he expel it? Does he just barf it up? What's going on?
Well,
does he sweat it out?
Oh, no. Yeah, let's go with that. Because all of the other options we have are a bit blue for my taste.
He sweats blood?
He sweats blood.
Okay, so follow-up question then. And walk with me here. If Edward Cullen's...
How do you get blood stains out of your goddamn shirts? I have no clue. You think your pit stains are bad? Ask a vampire. They're always wearing those white puffy fucking blouses. Like, goddamn it. That's why they have to go through so many. It's not because the blood getting on them when they bite in. It's because when the blood is being sweat out.
So, follow-up question, Edward Cullen's sweating out blood. Why doesn't he just lick himself to get that blood back in him?
Well, Maddie, why don't you lick your sweat to hydrate? Like,
salty, bad taste.
Fucking come on.
Not enough. But his vampire blood sweat salty?
Yes.
Expel blood by sweating. Don't lick it because it's salty. Asked and answered. Aidan's on top of it today. Hit me with something else.
Yeah, I got those big brain answers for all you freaking plebeians. You come here. You come to me, the expert in all things spooky and scary and gross and sad and iCarly. And I tell you these things, and what do I get? Nothing in return. I'm the third favorite on the podcast. Okay, I give you all these juicy, juicy nuggets, and I am denied my place. I don't think it's an act of hubris to say that I deserve some element of respect and dignity, and Carly, stop filming me! I didn't want to be on the show! Maddie, I need to tell you, I was on iCarly the entire time.
Really?
I've been on the set of iCarly. I'm hanging out with Carly and Sam and Freddie and Tebow.
Why didn't you invite me? Does he have something on a stick? Oh my god, this is fucking life-changing.
They're being very rude to me, and I didn't want to subject you to this. I've been trying to do this the whole time. I'm hiding in that little car on the set, and they're doing their show, and I'm doing my show. It's really hard to do.
The B-plot is so much friendlier, Aidan. Just go downstairs. Just get in the elevator.
I should go talk to Spencer and Gibby. They're way more fun and
doing a wacky
entertaining.
antic right now. You can hear him through the floor.
They're trying to build a big metal squirrel downstairs. Why am I not helping with that? Oh god, I'm a fool.
As somebody who records stuff in a building where there's other people, can I just say it's a miracle that Carly never had to tell Spencer, of all people, to like shut the fuck up when they're trying to do their show. Like, you never hear a peep out of that boy, and there's no way he's not making noise downstairs. Anyway.
Especially because he's always bringing home the honeys on that show. Spencer
could get it. Entire Seattle area. His only competition is divorced Bill Gates, and he wasn't divorced then.
I can't wait for them to address that in the reboot.
In the fucking iCarly reboot. Yeah, I want to hear about all the topical Seattle stuff that's happened. Are they going to go to the balls? Do they care about Starbucks and Amazon and all that? They can't say brand names. They've got all fake brand names. They're going to call them the Spheres. Hey, Carly, let's go check out the Spheres. Duh.
Alright, that's gonna do it for this episode of Lore Folk. If you like what you heard, make sure you follow us on Twitter and check out the YouTube channel. We got lots of animations and tier lists and stuff like that. And Maddie, plug the Patreon, why don't you?
Hey, we got a Patreon. You can go support us for money, and you get everything early and maybe bonus content, and you get Aidan's animation, and you get the music.
Yeah, I think we talked about it in the ad break. I can't remember.
Yeah, I always do. Oh, I always do.
Always do. We're always so on par with our plugs, like we're like podcasters, like we're supposed to do. So if you have a cryptid that you found on the Cryptid Wiki or something like that, or a question or a Reddit post or a Yahoo Answers thing, you fucking necromancy to Yahoo Answer into existence, you can send that over to lorefolksubmissions@gmail.com. We really appreciate it. And make sure you share this show with your friends. We are but babes in the woods, and we're not paying for any sort of advertisement right now.
Go to iCarly.com and view our episodes. We stole the URL, that's why the website's not there
We
anymore.
stole, like Neville, we have stolen iCarly.com.
Yeah, I paid Neville. I paid him off, and he did it. Paid him in Tapenade. There you go, topical reference. Shout out to our patrons for all the support. We love you. If you'd like to support us as well and see your name here, you can hop over to our Patreon and join us for as little as $5 a month. You'll get access to episodes early, bonus content, and all sorts of other goodies.